It seems like Ethereum is really running away with the DeFi market and the RWA sort of tokenization market. And Tomas, I'd be curious to get your perspective on this because, yeah, it seems like, and actually, it seems like and this is why I think there's so much debate about REV in general, is just because if you're I guess it depends on like obviously certain chains are set up to do better on certain metrics, right? And so whenever a metric gets created, the chain that looks good based on that metric, champions it, and the other chains push back, and it
Define
always
your
ends
own
up.
KPIs.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas in reality, I think there's a lot. We haven't actually defined what REV is, so I can circle back to that at the end. But I would be curious, Tomas, if you think, and I'm curious, why do you guys think it's been so sticky with DeFi on Ethereum? And similarly, it kind of seems like Solana is running away with consumer in general. But I'm curious if you see these use cases being sticky to one chain or another, and why do you think it's DeFi that seems to be taking off on Ethereum versus maybe consumer over on Solana?
Yeah, sure. I mean, like there's definitely aspect of the pre-existing liquidity and all the components of DeFi that are there that you can later compose and take advantage of larger finance, larger users to be there and creating liquidity space and fee generation. Now, yes, as you say, like when you have consumers, when you have the gambling aspects, the meme coins, and so on, so definitely you've seen it much more on Solana in the last year or so. And it's not that we don't want to see it on Ethereum. We absolutely do want to see it in Ethereum. And Ethereum was going through that scaling roadmap of saying, let's see L2 scaling massively that activity. And then towards the end of last year, we felt like, oh wow, yeah, we're there. Like it's scaled, it's available, and I think we arrived maybe just like a few months too late for some of those applications and projects to launch on the L2s when they were getting ready. But I think that now we are ready to take it back, and then as we progressing towards the integration of all the layers together, all the L2s, then you should see the network effect, and those applications should be very comfortable coming back to launch on L2s and say, yeah, like we can run it at the same speed. But yeah, it will be challenged to look at, are there some UX on-ramp components? Are there already some users of this new wave that just stay on Solana and feel very comfortable there, and how you attract them to Ethereum space? So this will be for sure an effort, but also we see a lot of signals that many applications are ready to launch on L2s, are launching on L2s on Ethereum, and it's not like suddenly everything escaped. And there'll be many builders feeling like, okay, this was the innovation, how I can evolve on this, how I can experiment with it also on Ethereum. And many of the like old builders or G from Ethereum are coming back and I say, oh, actually this is a fresh moment, this is the crisis, the battle. I want to come back and I have lots of ideas I want to launch. And what we receive as an ask is to build these spaces, communities, super team-like structures where we support new builders, new founders on Ethereum to launch applications. So this has to happen, and it requires some effort, coordination between different institutions, L2s and one, Ethereum Foundation, incubators, accelerators. We're welcoming them now a lot to Ethereum to collaborate with Ethereum Foundation on accelerating those pipelines to just say, hey, we are ready, and we were asleep for a while, and sorry for that, and let's build it. There is lots of excitement. We run the events where lots of new builders, lots of new fresh blood is coming to the ecosystem, and we will be building with hardware, with AI, and we very much welcome all the like trading or gambling experiments. It was fun, and like so many builders from Ethereum that now are super serious. We're starting with absolutely silly ideas years ago.